This video is brought to you by Card Kingdom, and while supplies last, if you mention Saffron Olive in your order notes, we'll hook you up with a free Saffron Olive sticker with any Card Kingdom order. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Against the Odds. So last week, we had another all M20 Against Odds Bowl, and in the end, it was Scheming Symmetry that came out on top. So today, we are heading back to Standard to play a deck that I'm calling 4-Color Scheming Sultai, basically trying to turn Scheming Symmetry into the most powerful tutor effect possible in Standard and do some really big, funny, flashy things. So a quick reminder before we break down 5-Color Scheming Sultai for Standard. If you enjoy this deck and you enjoy Against the Odds in general, it would be so sweet of you if you could take a second, click that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. So let's talk 5-Color Scheming Sultai, starting with Scheming Symmetry. So Scheming Symmetry is really powerful. It is a 1-mana tutor, puts the card on top of your deck, sort of like a vampire tutor. The problem is, you gotta make 2 people tutor. So in Standard, this means we get to tutor and our opponent gets to tutor. The biggest problem with this is Scheming Symmetry is a sorcery. So if we just cast it during our main phase, our opponent's gonna get that card first, and all kind of things can go wrong. Either they just kill us, or they get like a counter spell to stop whatever we tutor for, or they get any number of things which just ruin the plan. So step number 1 to breaking Scheming Symmetry is being able to cast it at instant speed. And for this, we have another new M20 edition in Leyline of Anticipation. So Leyline starts on the battlefield if we have it in our opening hand and just lets us cast all of our spells as though they had flash. So step 1 is we can put Leyline into play, and then when we Scheming Symmetry, we can do it on our opponent's end step. We get the card first, and then we're the one who can disrupt whatever our opponent's doing, or just do something really big and powerful to go over the top of our opponent's plan. Plus, Leyline of Anticipation allows for some other sweet tricks with the third piece of our puzzle, which is Wilderness Reclamation. So I know a lot of people are sick of Wilderness Reclamation, but we're using it fairly, quote unquote. We're not trying to take like infinite Nexus turns or whatever. What we're trying to do is use it to like double or even triple up our mana if we have multiple copies, and cast a ton of stuff on our end step, or like cast a bunch of stuff on our turn, untap our lands, be able to cast things during our opponent's turn. So the combo of Leyline of Anticipation giving everything flash and Wilderness Reclamation just does absurd things. And remember, Scheming Symmetry can help us find these cards. If we don't have our Wilderness Reclamation, it's an easy way to find it. We play it, we untap our lands, proceed to combo off. So that's kind of the core of the deck. We also have some other tricks with Scheming Symmetry. If we don't have our Leyline of Anticipation, we do have a few ways to potentially draw the card we tutor for right away. Like Gross Spiral, for example. 2 mana lets us put a land into play, draws us a card. So for 3 mana altogether, we can like Scheming Symmetry for something, Gross Spiral to draw whatever we put on top of our deck, and hopefully proceed to cast it right away. Search for Escanta, once it flips, allows us to grab whatever we tutor for with Scheming Symmetry, or dig for Scheming Symmetry. Drawn from Dreams, just a one-of, but another way that we can grab cards from Scheming Symmetry. Plus, cards like Search for Escanta, Drawn from Dreams, Gross Spiral work really well with our Leyline of Anticipation / Wilderness Reclamation plan. Gross Spiral putting extra lands on the battlefield. Drawn from Dreams allows us to like search during our main phase, untap our lands, cast stuff at instant speed. Search for Escanta, obviously untap it multiple times with the help of Wilderness Reclamation to dig through our deck. So that's kind of the fun support stuff. We also have Gift of Paradise, extra ramp spell, and key to the 5-color aspect of our deck. Our main deck is Sultai, but as you'll see in a minute, when it comes to finishing the game, we need all 5 colors of mana. So Gift of Paradise helps get the job done there while also buffering our life total. So as far as closing out the game, we have a couple of different plans. Plan 1 is Hydroid Crosses, which is insane with Scheming Symmetry, Leyline, and also Wilderness Reclamation. So the idea here is, if we have our combo set up, we can maybe use Scheming Symmetry to find our Hydroid Crosses, go to our end step, tap all of our mana, untap all of our mana with Wilderness Reclamation, tap all of our mana again, just casting massive crosses, which is going to draw us a ton of cards, which is probably going to find us more Scheming Symmetries, which means we could do some really fun things every turn. Because the other trick, once we have our combo set up, we can set a stop on our upkeep, Scheming Symmetry before we draw for the turn, and draw the card right away that we tutor for. So once we get this setup going, we can just go way over the top of what our opponent's doing. Our other plan is Mastermind's Acquisition, and this is where the deck gets really fun. So Acquisition, of course, can tutor from our deck, can also tutor from our sideboard, which turns out some other really sweet finishers, including Zacama Primal Calamity, the biggest, baddest dinosaur. If we can flash this in with our Wilderness Reclamation plan, not only do we get a massive body, we can gain a ton of life, we can blow up artifacts and enchantments, we can wrath the board essentially with the 3 mana red ability. Finale of Glory, hilarious with our big mana end step plan. Just make like 20 huge angels, 20 huge soldiers, some huge number by doubling our mana. Mass Manipulation to steal everything. Nexus of Fate, I know, people don't like Nexus, but it's just a one of, and it's basically so, there are situations where maybe we have a Search for Azcanta flipped, and we're just trying to buy ourselves like an extra turn to find our Scheming Symmetry, to get the right mana for Zacama, and Nexus of Fate is a way we can just snag an extra turn. We're not really trying to combo off or like go infinite with Nexus at all. It's more just a one-time extra turn thing while we're setting up our other finishers. Otherwise, in the main deck, Cast Out, Thought Erasure, Immortal Sud give us some interaction. Mana base-wise, we're not going to talk about every land. There is a wide variety of lands, but Field of Ruin, it's a way we can ruin our opponent's tutoring with Scheming Symmetry. We force them to shuffle their deck. We also have some 5-color lands, a bunch of shock lands, a bunch of the buddy lands, and some basic lands as well. As far as the sideboard, we already talked about our big finishing tutor targets. We also have 4 more controlling matchups. Duress is to pick apart our opponent's hand, Elder Spell, Immortal Sun, more Planeswalker answers. Ashiok, Narset give us a couple of Planeswalkers as our own. Ashiok works well with Scheming Symmetry. We can like tutor and then use Ashiok to mill whatever card our opponent puts on top of their deck. Narset, really good against like Nexus and control decks that are drawing lots of cards. Then for aggro, Ritual Flip, Massacre Girl give us some sweepers, Vraska's Contempt, Enter the God Eternals, removal that can also gain us life, and that is 5-color Scheming Sultai for standard. And that's been our Against the Odds deck for this week. So let's get into the gameplay, see if this crazy pile of tutors and flash stuff and Scheming Symmetry and ramp and 5-color madness can actually work in standard. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoy it, and I will talk to you soon. Alright, Against the Odds time. Oh man, this is a land away from being great. We are mulliganing with some Scheming Sultai, and we will keep this. We will put a Thought Erasure to the bottom. Well, Land of Anticipation, Breeding Pool, go. Come on, black mana! Oh boy, it's mono red? Oh dear. Alright. Opponent gets in, hits us. Well, land, Search for Azcanta, pass the turn. Opponent gets in, hits us. And lights up the stage into 2 lands. Alright. Opponent. Well, this is the slowest way to get black mana, but technically it works. Pass the turn. We're still a little ways away from doing anything that good. Runaway Steamkin. Opponent gets in, hits us. Down to 17. Azcanta. Graveyard the Leyline. Alright, play Hinterland Harbor. Pass the turn. Now we have some questions as to what we should do. Chandra's Spitfire for our opponent. Well, kill the Steamkin. Opponent gets in, hits us. Search for Azcanta. Yeah, mill the random land. Draw another random land. Watery Grave, pass the turn. So we get to Thought Erasure. Ooh, this is feeling really scary though because of the Spitfire. So Thought Erasure, draw a step. Opponent's got a handful of cards though, and this Spitfire is gonna just get lethal. Shocks us. Grows the Spitfire. Another shock. Grows the Spitfire. This is just lethal. Yeah, alright. They got us. Oh my mono red. Mono red, mono red, mono red. Life is not good against mono red. We can bring in Massacre Girl. I guess, like, Ritual of Soot. Ugh. Basically anything that can help us interact early in the game is what we need. Duresses are also pretty decent, although I'm not sure we have room. Thought Erasure, Cast Down, Grow Spiral, Massacre Girl. I guess we can cut Drawn from Dreams. One of the challenges of this deck is we have to play... We have a lot of cards that don't do anything on their own. They're cards that hopefully get us cards that do things. But on their own, they don't do much. Well, this I guess we'll keep on the strength of 2 Thought Erasures. Although we're probably going to have to shock ourselves to play one of them. Bone it. Untaps. Mountain. Fanatical Firebrand. Gets it. Hits us. Well, Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. Thought Erasure. We will take Spitfire. Mill a land. We don't need more lands. Pass the turn. Land for our opponent. So they're going to get to light up the stage. Yeah, there's light up the stage. Steamkin and Skewer. Ugh. Yup. Skewers us down to 13. Well, Thought Erasure. Take... Yeah, I think it's got to be War Boss. Mill the land. Breeding Pool. We can Ritualist it next turn, but we're going to have to shock ourselves if we don't hit a land, and those 2 Lightning Strikes are pretty scary. There's a Steam Kid. Bone it. Mountain. Gets in for 1. Hits us to 12. Passes. Ooh, yeah. Down to 10. Ritualist it. Alright. Yeah. Opponent's got 6 points of burn in hand. This is not exactly where we're hoping. Okay. 8 points of burn in hand. Plays a mountain. Lightning strikes us. Lightning strikes us. Gift of Paradise isn't bad. Let's see. That puts us back up to 5, which means we're not in as much danger of immediately dying, which is helpful. Land go. And we can Mastermind's Acquisition for something eventually. Light up the stage, full price. Shock Mountain. Plays the Mountain. Plays the Shock. Well, Mastermind's Acquisition. Library. And I think we just have to take Crosses. Take a Crosses. Gateway Plaza. Hope our opponent doesn't draw another 3 damage burn spell here. Well, that was some good mono redding, I guess. Alright. Fair enough. Alright. Against the odds time, we are playing some Sultai, Scheming Symmetry, Flashness. We're going to keep this. I mean, we have Leyline, we have Wilderness Reclamation. All we really need is to get to 4 mana. If we get to 4 mana, and our opponent's not playing Teferi, life is good. Wilderness Reclamation, huge Crosses. That's what we're looking for. Grow Spiral's not bad, although Hollowed Fountain probably means Teferi, probably means Sadness. Hinterland Harbor, go. Ooh, hitting a land would be sweet. Hitting a land to get down Wilderness Reclamation next turn. Opponent. Alright, Grow Spiral. Overgrown Tomb, tapped. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. Opponent passes, another lane line. Well, Wilderness Reclamation. And this is where we want to be. This is where we want to be. What do you got, opponent? Oh, no Teferis. Alright, opponent's passing. Can we get another land? We can. Alright, play a land, play Wilderness Reclamation, and this is going to be good. This might just be game, actually. End step. Float a mana. Untap. Float our mana. And this is about as big as a Crosses can get on turn 5, I think. So we have 5, 10, Crosses for 8. And, oh, we could have went 9. All right. That's fine. Maybe we get something we can flash in. Ooh, all right, that was even better. We drew a Scheming Symmetry. I meant to leave that man up. I was planning on drawing Scheming Symmetry. I'm a genius. Opponent hits their lad. Plays Teferi Time Raveler. Alright, so I guess we don't Scheming Symmetry.
You show remorse, I'll show respect.
We don't want to give our opponent a land here. Wow, they bounce the crosses. Alright, well, Temple Garden untapped. Replay crosses for 4. Well, we didn't really want to draw every Leyline of Anticipation. Pass the turn. We need to get rid of this Teferi so then we can use our Wilderness Reclamations. Alright. Well, now we might have to tutor for something just to kill this Teferi. Opponent taken up.
Let's try this.
Passing. I'll play a swamp. 1, 2. Oh, we don't have enough. Alright. We don't have enough black mana. Let's... Well, I guess we grow Spiral. Field of Ruin. Grab our island. Play Search for Iskanta. Teferi. Teferi, Teferi. Untap. Untap. For no value. Pass the turn. If we can get rid of this Teferi, then we can keep going off. Opponent. Untap land. Narset. Digs it up. So what we really want is just a black source, I think. Opponent hits a D-Spark. Sure. Digs up.
Don't worry, I got this.
Iskanta. Search for Iskanta. Oh my god. 1, 2. Alright, that works. We'll keep Unknown Shores. We'll play Unknown Shores. Make a black mana. Mastermind's Acquisition. From our sideboard. Get the Elder Spell. Elder Spell.
Suppose that's how it was meant.
Overwhelming.
Kill the Planeswalkers. Untap. Are they gonna kill our Leyline? Ooh, they take down a Wilderness Reclamation. That is fine. We don't really need 2 Wilderness Reclamations, so we get to untap. Play Leyline. Float our mana. Untap. Play Leyline. Yeah, it's a lot of ley lines. Let our opponent draw. Give them a taste of their own medicine with the draw step Thought Erasure. Narset, double Thought Erasure. We'll take Narset. Let's mill. We don't really need another Wilderness Reclamation here. Yup. Alright, opponent. Let's see it. We have our Scheming Symmetry ready to flash in when our opponent Thought seizes. Yup. Well, let's tutor. Me and you, opponent, me and you. Grab your best card, we'll grab our best card. Let's see. Let's see who wins. Who wins? We will take Hydroid Crosses for now. Put it on the top of our deck, which is good because it doesn't get Thought Seized. And now we get to flip Iskanta, untap, cast a massive Crosses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 mana. I mean, it's going to get hostage took, but we will keep ooh, even bigger because we get to flip. Flip Iskanta. Go to our end step. Float our mana. And we might be beating a Teferi, which is insane. Untap. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can go for 16? Okay. Let's draw a new hand. and make a 16/16. Alright. Your go, opponent. We will discard his Kanta. I mean, our opponent probably got like a Teferi or something, but... Alright, takes hostage or crosses. Sure, passes. Alright, so let's... Drawn from Dreams. Crosses, Thought Erasure. Watery Grave, untapped. Kill Hostage Taker. Play Wilderness Reclamation. End step, untap. Floater mana. Untap. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, crosses for 8? Yeah, let's just go X8. Draw some cards. Gift of Paradise. Gain some life. And pass the turn. Draw a step. Thought Erasure you. Take Hostage Taker. Keep Thought Erasure. Thought Erasure. Take Elite Vanguard. And alright, your go, opponent. Your go. There's an Narset.
Mind and body should move in unison.
Takes it down.
Keep an open mind.
Whiffs. Alright. Mastermind's Acquisition from the sideboard. Take. And opponent scoops it up. Okay. Well, that's how we beat a Teferi deck. Over the top, I say. Alright. So, opponent's playing Teferi Tribal. As per hero. We will bring in Immortal Sun. We will bring in Vraska's Contempt. We will bring in Elder Spell. We'll go down a Gift of Paradise. We'll go down one Wilderness Reclamation. Go down a Crosses. Bring in the Duresses. What do we cut for this, though? Go down one Mastermind's Acquisition. A Cast Down, and I guess a Growth Spiral? Let's try it like that. Bring in the discard, see what happens. Alright, we are on the draw for game number 2 against Esper Hero. And... alright. Not the fastest hand, but we'll try it. Ooh, Duress is nice. Watery Grave untapped. Duress you. Double Teferi. Double Teferi. Alright, take it Teferi. Double Teferi is annoying. The Spark is also annoying. This hand is actually just pretty annoying. Opponent tap land. Well, Gateway Plaza. Pay the price. Here comes Teferino. Teferino? Teferi. Yep. Untap. Teferi.
I am not going to sit this one out.
Opponent draws a card. Well, play his Kanta. That's not bad. Something to do before turn 4 is nice. Watery Grave tapped. We're working towards this Immortal Sun, although it does die to Despark.
If you wish to surrender now, I understand.
Takes up Teferi. Takes down Narset. Yeah. The other problem with Immortal Sun is when there's a Teferi out, we'll graveyard the land. Thought Erasure's not the worst. Let's Thought Erasure our opponent. Gotta take the big Teferi. We'll keep the Duress. Breeding Pool tapped. Let's see if they can hit another big Teferi. Bonnet. Narset takes it down. Bolas' Citadel. Yeah. That's scary when we can't really pressure our opponent's life total. Man, we might have to take the Citadel over the Despark now. We'll keep Duress. Play Woodland Cemetery. Duress our opponent. Take the Citadel. Huh. Let's Mastermind's Acquisition. Take the Elder Spell. Pass the turn. Hope our opponent doesn't draw Thought Erasure. We're getting close to flipping, but we're not quite to flipping yet. Opponent could catch into Fairy to bounce. Search. Opponent gets it and hits us. 16. Yup. And takes up to Fairy. Runs out the Othakaya. Well, now we gotta hope this isn't Dovin's Veto. Let's graveyard the land. Draw a land. Elder Spell. The 2 Planeswalkers.
It's only a matter of time.
Train harder.
Watery Grave, Wilderness Reclamation. So we want our opponent to despark Wilderness Reclamation, so Immortal Sun sticks. Yeah, there goes Wilderness Reclamation. Well, we'll see. We do need to deal with these creatures at some point. We are at 11. That's not a super high life total. I guess the other problem is Hostage Shaker can steal Immortal Sun. Narset finds a veto. Gets in, hits us. Yeah, I think we got a graveyard for now. Transform Escanta. Escanta. Take Growth Spiral. Pass the turn. Narset.
Meditate and prepare.
Whiffs. Alright, that's encouraging. Untap land. Opponent, combat. Gets in. Hits us to 7. Could use a Crosses. Tyrant Scorn, gonna pick up the Vanguard. Alright, well, our opponent doesn't have a ton going on. Do they even tap out? It's kind of risky. They're not going to. Well, let's grow Spiral. Immortal Sun Part 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Ugh. Actually. Huh. Let's just Escanta. Take a cast down. Pass the turn. I feel like we can't run out our hand here. There's a Guard Mage. Draws a card. Yup. Untap land. Duress. Well, now we kill the Guard Mage. Wow, opponent spends the veto. All right, they're trying to close out the game. Ooh, there's Thought Erasure. Well, let's Thought Erasure. Take Hostage Taker. Keep Vraska's Contempt. Play the ley line. Pass the turn. All right, opponent, what do you draw? Big Teferi, of course.
If you show remorse, let's skip
Draws a
the
card.
part.
Yeah, that is a good draw. Opponent. Oh, just a land. All right, so we get to kill the Teferi. Opponent hits us. We're putting up a good fight against the Teferi deck. Actually, I don't even think we kill the Teferi. I think we just play Immortal Sun. To stop the Planeswalkers from activating. Hope our opponent doesn't top deck. All right, Thought Erasure. Takes Vraska's Contempt. Mills a land. Gets it. Down to 3. Well, we don't get to draw an extra card. Play Woodland Cemetery, pass the turn. Elite Guard Mage. Well, cross this for 6. What did our opponent draw? We do need to get rid of this Narset. Alright, just a land. Opponent passes. We draw Thought Erasure. Well, go to combat. Attack Narset. Oh my god. We might have just punted this game.
I have reached my limit.
Okay. Staying alive, staying alive. Just barely. Oh my god. Whew! Thought Erasure. Can take a Thought Erasure. Well, we're not dead yet. We're not dead yet, and there's no Narset, and our opponent mills a land. Okay, we have hope. We have hope. We have hope. Whew, I thought we might have punted. I forgot about that Oath of guy. Opponent hits us. We draw. Oh, Gift of Paradise is nice. Play the land. Stop on our opponent's draw step. No attacks. Opponent draws. We will Thought Erasure. Take to Fairy, mill a land. Opponent. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. Gift of Paradise. Up to 5 is Kanta for Scheming Symmetry. I think we wait. Let's draw an extra card. Land and... Ooh, drawn. Well, that's drawn from Dreams. Wilderness Reclamation crosses. Play Wilderness Reclamation. Tap, go to our main phase. Untap land. End step. Tag our opponent. Opponent takes it. End step. Float some mana. And this might do it. This might do it. Untap. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Crosses for 15? New hand drawn. Discard a land. Opponent untaps. We're back up to 10. Did we get him? Did we take down a Teferi deck? We did! Okay! Whoo! Whoo! Well, that is what our deck can do. Taking down a Teferi deck. Our nightmare is the Teferi, but we got there, we got there, we got there. Whew! Alright, sweet, sweet, sweet. Alright, against the odds time, we are playing some Scheming Sultai, I guess is the name. Yeah, alright. Well, we have no combo pieces, but this hand might keep us alive for a second, which, that's acceptable. Staying alive is good. Oh boy, Feather? Huh. Aggro seems to have really increased in popularity. Tab land go. Well, Scheming Symmetry could be good eventually, but that's a ways in the future. Adonto Vanguard. Ha. That's a thing we can't kill. Well, Breeding Pool, untapped. Thought Erasure you. Opponent has old double feather draw. Well, mill Wilderness Reclamation. Yeah, 2 feathers, that's really bad news. Opponent untaps. Land. Combat. Hits us. Down to 50. We draw some nothingness. Well, Thought Erasure. Take the feather. Mill yet another land. I guess Watery Grave tapped. Pass the turn. Scryland for our opponent to the top. Oh boy. And another Adonto Vanguard. Alright. Yeah. We don't really have a reasonable answer for any of this. Land, tapped, pass the turn. Yeah, Adonto Vanguard's pretty obnoxious. Opponent untaps. 10th District Legionnaire. There's a God's Willing in hand, and we will scoop it up. Yeah. Well, that's rough. Rough. Well, bring in Vraska's Contempt, Ritual of Soot, Massacre Girl. Go down a Search for his Kanta. Go down a Immortal Sun. And a Wilderness Reclamation. I guess we try it like that. Hope for the best. Alright. We get to play first. I guess we'll keep this. The problem is we don't have black mana. Well, yeah, land go. We have blue and green, and white that's not really helpful. So black source would be great. Alright, Gateway Plaza, that's a black source. Massacre Girl has some potential here. Land for our opponent. Test District Legionnaire. Opponent gets in, hits us, 18. Well, thought erasure you. Gideon Shock Feather. Well, we'll take Gideon. We'll keep another black source. We'll play a Breeding Pool tapped. Land for our opponent. Feather the Redeemed. Gets in, hits us. Down to 16. Well, tap land, go. So I think what we do here is Scheming Symmetry for Ritual of Soot. Opponent combat. Gets in. Hits us. Down to 11. So let's Scheming Symmetry. Tutors for everyone. Take our Ritual of Soot. Grow Spiral. Put a land into play. Untap. Land go. I think we're going to have to try to instant speed this ritual. Opponent shocks. Okay, scries. To the top. Opponent untaps. Combat. Well, Ritual is Defiant Strike, draws a card, scries. Yeah. To the top. Opponent's finding everything they like. So we get rid of the creatures for the time being. We're still going to need some action, though. Shock returns, Defiant Strike returns. I'll play Wilderness Reclamation. Pass the turn. Untap. Opponent. Do they have a creature? Land. 10th District Legionnaire. Goes to combat. Attacks. Well, let's Massacre Girl. Defiant Strike, scries, draws. To the bottom. Well, we block. Hope our opponent doesn't have God's Willing. Opponent has God's Willing. Well, this would be a good time to draw crosses. We have our Ley Line of Anticipation. If we can tutor for something good. Opponent bottom. Yeah, it kills Massacre Girl. This is a big turn. We need a draw here. We need a draw. We need some action. We have the setup. Oh, God. All right. Oh, Scheming Symmetry. Yeah, pass the turn. It would be good if we live, but I don't think we live. Well, we'll see. What do you got, opponent? Land. Combat. Attacks. Hits us to 7. Well, Scheming Symmetry. Tutor. Now the question is, what do we take? Crosses 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, crosses. I guess we just crosses. Yeah, alright. Draw crosses. Go to our end step. Pass the turn. Float a bunch of mana. Untap our mana. Crosses for 10. Go up to 12. Draw a bunch of cards. Alright. Well, that's not bad. Those were good draws. I mean, again, assuming we continue to live. Because now we can Scheming Symmetry upkeep. Opponent has Prison Realm. Yeah, to the bottom. I'm assuming that must be what they tutored for. Are we dead? Opponent combat gets in. Down to 8. Well, upkeep, Scheming Symmetry. We both get to tutor. So if we take Mastermind's Acquisition. 1, 2. So we play Wilderness Reclamation. We play this. 1, 2, 3, 4, Wilderness Reclamation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we could go for Sakama. We could just also play another huge Crosses. I think we just do Crosses again. Take a Crosses. I mean, this is kind of what we're hoping our deck does. So we get to draw. It's a Crosses. We know that. Go to our main phase. Play Wilderness Reclamation. Play Field of Ruin. Go to our end step. Float some mana. Float some mana. And this Crosses is going to be big. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we can Crosses for 14? All right. That's good. Crosses for 14. Draw a bunch of cards. Gain a bunch of life. Pass the turn. Discard some shocks. All right, opponent, can you kill us from 15? We do keep allowing our opponent to tutor. There's a land. God's willing. Protection. To the bottom. To the top. Dreadhorn Arcanist. Shock. To the top. Sheltered Light. To the top. But we live. We do live. So we take a big hit, but we live. We stop on our upkeep. We Scheming Symmetry. Again. Number 3. We are scheming our way through this game. This time we will take Mastermind's Acquisition. And opponent scoops it up. Whoo! Okay. Well, that's what our deck can do. That's the main idea. We were getting to the point of going to our sideboard, but that's basically the idea. All right, run it back. Run it back. We found a way to survive. And Scheming Symmetry, that's when it's insane. When we can, like, upkeep Scheming Symmetry, it's insane. Instant speed Scheming Symmetry, it's insane. Still a little bit of risk involved, but way, 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 way more effective. And that was, I mean, that was a good example of how Scheming Symmetry can be really powerful. All right, opponent's on the play, which, scary. Aggro on the play is not ideal, but, I think that hand's too slow. Well, we will keep. We will put Acquisition to the, Yeah, let's put Drawn from Dreams to the bottom. Tap land for our opponent to the bottom. Breeding Pool tapped. Opponent, tap land. Ooh, alright. Woodland Cemetery, Thought Erasure. That's a handful of action. Wow. I guess we take Gideon? Mill the Forest. Well, we're hoping our opponent doesn't hit land here. Land here. Okay. That means they can 10th District Legionnaire. Well, they're not going to, but they could have. Legionnaired and left up some protection. Well, tap land, go. Oh boy. Opponent untaps, draws. Ooh, another land. All right. Well, opponent had some risky keeping, and it looks like the Magic Gods are going to reward the risk taker here. Dreadhorn Arcanist. Yeah, that Sheltering Light's problematic. Opponent gets in, hits us. Down to 17. We untap. Opponent left on top. Massacre Girl doesn't quite do it. And there's an Aurelia coming. Well, search our library. I mean, I think we have to take Massacre Girl, but seems unlikely to save the day. Opponent untaps. Draws what they kept on top. Plays a land. There's Aurelia. Grows a dork. Goes attacking. We drop to 11. Yeah, they just kind of have us locked here. Grow Spiral. Breeding Pool tapped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, I don't think there's a way out from here. Yeah, that really is good. That gets around our sweepers. So take Sheltering Light, Milgrow Spiral. Ugh, close! Our opponent's sideboard cards coming through really well here. Giving a different line of attack that gets around our answers, including our cast down. Close, but no luck. Aurelia pumps. So the problem here is we could play Massacre Girl and kill a Danto Vanguard, but that doesn't actually save us because Aurelia hits us for 4. Yeah, so we're down to 2. Scheming Symmetry, and we scoop it up. Yeah, aggro deck's on the play. Not where we want to be with this deck. Not at all. All right, against the odds time, we are playing some 5-color Scheming Sultai. 1 land, not gonna do it. Yeah, all right. We'll keep this. This isn't an insane hand, but it's fine. Sure. Let's just Breeding Pool go. So Iskanta gets us filtering. We got some Rampton Gift of Paradise. See what our opponent's doing. Breeding Pool. Well, Forest. Iskanta. Pass the turn. Hinterland Harbor. What do we get from Iskanta? Alright, let's Graveyard Leyline for now. Thought Erasure. Gift of Paradise. Oh, okay. That's what our opponent's doing. They're playing the flash deck. Alright, plays a land. Goes to combat. Gets it. Hits us. Now to 21. Iskanta. We will keep cast down. It's not a land, but it is good. Well, let's Thought Erasure. Opponent has Sinister Sabotage. Alright, well. In that case, I guess we kill the Cutthroat. Opponent gets to Surveil. Ooh, leaves it on top. Alright, opponent, what do you got? Ooh, passes. Interesting. Now, mill the land. Now I think we're trying to work towards flipping 4 cards. Well, let's see. Yeah, Mastermind's Acquisition from our sideboard. Alright, Sinister Sabotage Part 2 leaves it on top. We'll play the Temple Guard. Pass the turn. This deck does have a lot of counters. Untap land for our opponent passes. Well, Iskanta. We basically got a mill, yeah. Mill Scheming Symmetry. Draw Wilderness Reclamation. Oh, we would love to have that down. Let's just pass this turn. Next turn we get to flip. Opponent. Okay, just a Brineborn. That's acceptable. Was mostly worried about Nightpack Ambusher. That's the one that we would have to kill on sight. Opponent plays a land. Combat. Gets in, hits us. Down to 19. Passes. Well, Graveyard Growth Spiral. Transform. Ooh, Crosses. Whew, Crosses. Alright, let's pass the turn for now. This turn we can cast down plus also Iskanta. And then next turn we're just going to have to start casting stuff, I think. Opponent. Doesn't cast anything. Interesting. Plays a land. Goes to combat. Well, now we don't even really need to cast down. Opponent hits us down to 17. Passes. Well, we will, Iskanta, take Growth Spiral. We do want Leyline, but we don't want Leyline yet. Growth Spiral. Scheming Symmetry. Now, Watery Grave tapped. Wilderness Reclamation. There is a Frilled Mystic. Counters, Wilderness Reclamation. Well, pass the turn. We are kind of getting tempoed out of this game a little bit, which isn't great. Opponent untaps, draws. Combat. attacks. Well, kill the cutthroat. Take 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, Overgrown Tomb untapped. Crosses for 6. Draw some cards. Alright, opponent's got the counter. Land Mastermind's Acquisition. Opponent untaps. Combat. Gets in, hits us. Down to 12. Passes. Well, let's Leyline of Anticipation. Oh my god, so many counters. Frilled Mystic. Well, let's Mastermind's Acquisition from outside the game. Take... Ugh. This is the question. What do we take? The card we'd like to resolve is Zakama. That would just win us the game. On the other end, if our opponent counters it, we're going to lose. Although... I mean, I guess we're not going to beat counters. How many can they possibly have? Pass the turn. Opponent. Trickster. Combat. Attacks. Well, the question is, will Zakama resolve? Down to 4. Opponent passes. A Watery Grave. Tapped. Well, tap everything. Zakama. Do you have counter 17? They do. Alright. Oh my god! Well, that was a lot of counters. A lot of counters. So I think what swings this matchup is us being able to stick a Leyline. If we can just put a Leyline into play with our opening hand, it's so incredibly good. It just, like, if there's one matchup in Standard where Leyline is great, it's definitely against these, like, flashy control decks. So I think, not that we could just, like, mulligan to 3, because we do need cards to win. It's not like Leyline of the Void against Dredge in Modern or something. But that's what we want to see most in our opening hand, because if we have a Leyline, it's going to be very difficult for our opponent to execute their game plan. We're going to be able to just wait until they tap out for stuff to cast our stuff. So that's what we're looking for. That was a really close first game. I think our opponent probably drew a somewhat above average number of counters, because it was like a million. All right. Well, we got our Leyline. That's step 1. Breeding Pool tap. Pass the turn. Well, let's see how good this Leyline is. We're still going to need action, but it seems like it should be very helpful. Opponent ups. To the bottom. Play the Forest. Pass the turn. Opponent. Forest. Well, grow Spiral. Put a land into play. Scheming Symmetry. Alright, opponent spends their counter. That's fine. Well, let's see what we draw. Woodland Cemetery. I'll play Breeding Pool, pass the turn. Land for our opponent. I'll stop on our opponent's end step. Scheming Symmetry. So many counters. Well, untap. Play Wilderness Reclamation. Woodland Cemetery. Well, now the question is, do we draw anything? Like, we have the combo set up. Our opponent managed to counter 2 Scheming Symmetries. We basically need card draw. That's what we're looking for. Opponent passing. Wilderness Reclamation. Frilled Mystic. Well, come on deck. Come on deck. Opponent, that's counter number 3 already. Untap our lands. We don't have much going on at the moment. Just another Leyline. Opponent, combat. Gonna get in, hit us. Opponent passes. Well, we'll pass the turn. And there's a Cutthroat. Well, lets his Kanta. Opponent opts, grows a Cutthroat. Yikes. Well, I don't know. I don't know about this. We might still just be losing to the counters, even with a ley line, which is a little disappointing. Iskanta could help us find some action. Opponent combat. Getting in for 6. That is a clock. That is a clock. Opponent passes. Is this enough? Like, we get to try to kill a thing. We're still so close to just being literally dead here. Yeah, let's graveyard. I think we need to hit a Crossus. Oh, it's a land. Play the land. Pass the turn. I mean, if our opponent can flash in a threat, we die. Tap, untap. Cutthroat. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we will scoop it up. Whew. That was a rough one. So many counters. Good God. All right. Against the odds time, we are losing the die roll with some scheming 5-color Sultai. And, well, we're not going to ship this. It's super slow. But we have our combo of Leyline Wilderness Reclamation, which turns on so much of our deck. So we're going to hope we're not up against aggro. Evolving Wilds. Okay. We're also going to hope we don't just keep drawing lands, because we don't have a whole lot else happening at the moment. We're trusting that we're going to draw some payoffs to go with this. Opponent in the tank. Cracks Evolving Wilds. Grabs an island. Opponent. Oh boy. Might be a long one. Breeding Pool. Untap to grow Spiral. Plains. I mean, there's a Crossus. If we just go unimpeded, that will be good eventually. Something to do earlier would be helpful. Memorial for our opponent. Teferi Time Raveler. Ugh. I guess that's a vote against everything. Bounces Leyline. Yeah, Teferi's like the best card against our deck. Well, play Breeding Pool tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent. Taking up Teferi.
I'm not making this up as I go.
Tap land. Circuitous Route. Alright, so this is probably a Scapeshift deck. And our opponent's pretty close to the Scapeshift I win part of the game. Gonna have 7 lands next turn, so Scapeshift, yeah, would be lethal. Or likely lethal. It'd make enough zombies that we're likely gonna die. Opponent carefully considering what 2 lands to grab here. Well, play a land, play a sad Crossus. Pass the turn. Opponent takes up Teferi.
Nothing.
Elvish Rejuvenator. And there's the Field of the Dead, so zombies incoming. And Elvish Rejuvenator Part 2. Whoa! Wow, wow, whoa! They got all the Field of the Deads at the top. That's not ideal. So, we will go to combat. We will attack Teferi. When I play Elvish Rejuvenator, it typically just whiffs. Well, I guess we Woodland Cemetery. Another sad Crossus. This Teferi is just like locking down our deck, which, I mean, that is the issue with playing a flash style deck in our current format, is Teferi just kind of by itself locks it down. Opponent, what do you got? Arboreal Grazer. Puts a land into play, makes a couple zombies. Opponent, combat. Attacks, well, kill a zombie, take our beats. Down to 16. Opponent passes, we draw land. We'll go to combat. Kill Teferi. Well, that doesn't work, does it? Oh boy. Well, play Iskanta. Play Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin, one of the lands. Oh, God. Yeah. I forgot that some people play Arboreal Grazer. That's so bad. Yeah. Grow Spiral. Put a land into play. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Taken up.
Like it.
Combat. Attacks with everything. I'll kill a zombie. Take our beats. And yeah, we look pretty dead here. This Teferi's just keeping us from doing literally anything. Opponent passes very slowly. Mill Gift to Paradise. Draw land, and we will scoop it up. Yeah. Well, the Flash deck versus the Teferi deck. Not the Dream Life, that's for sure. Well, we can bring in the Vraska's Contempt, I guess. Go down the cast downs. Go up Elder Spell. Run it like that. Alright. We get to play first, and, well, alright. The whole Leyline of Anticipation versus Teferi plan. Well, start with the Leyline. Breeding Pool tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent. Untap land. Arboreal Grazer. Well, play a land. Pass the turn. Opponent. Arboreal Grazer. Well, they put a land empty in that hand. Well, let's grow Spiral. Bowwatery Grave into play. Untap. Hinterland Harbor. Wilderness Reclamation. And this is pretty much where we want to be, as long as there's no impending Teferi. Untap our lands. Yeah, opponent grabs Evolving Wilds. Next, so we get to flash in Search for Azcanta to filter. Then next turn, we get to cast a massive Crosses. This is all assuming a Teferi doesn't come down and ruin our day. Evolving Wilds. Whew. Arboreal Grazer. Opponent's on Grazer Tron. I don't think it's as good as real Tron, but opponent's passing. Well, flash in Search for Azcanta. Opponent grows Spirals. And I think we might be in good shape for this one. So we get Azcanta. We untap. We will mill Leyline of Anticipation. Ooh, Mastermind's Acquisition too. Well, that'll be good in the future. For now, untap land, pass the turn. End step, float mana. Untap our lands. Crosses. For 8. Yeah. Draw some cards. And get a 8/8. Not bad. Opponent cracks Evolving Wilds. Sure. Well, go ahead, opponent. Graze away. Landscape Shift is still a little scary. Rejuvenator goes digging. Well, there's a Field of Dead, so zombies are coming. And Rejuvenator. Memorial. Alright. Sure. Opponent passes. Ooh. Well, we're definitely keeping Scheming Symmetry. We can cast that on our opponent's turn. So I think for now we will Gift of Paradise. Gain some life. Go to our end step. No attacks. End of turn. Float mana. Untap our mana. Grow Spiral. Put a land into play. Mastermind's Acquisition. From our sideboard, take Zakama. Stop on our opponent's draw step. Thought Erasure. And this is where our deck looks pretty sweet. Take the Rejuvenator. Mill the land. Opponent. Passing. Dare we Symmetry? Yeah, let's Symmetry. The downside is this potentially lets our opponent get Escape Shift. I guess we can get discard to stop Escape Shift combo. Alright, so what are we scheming for? Actually, you know what? I think we just take another Wilderness Reclamation and just, like, go to town with Zakama. I think that's our best bet. So, leave Wilderness Reclamation, transform. Stop on our end step, run out Wilderness Reclamation. Oh man, this is going to be sweet. So, Wilderness Reclamation Part 2. And I think this just beats Escape Shift. I guess we run out another Azcanta for filtering. Azcanta. combat, attack. So I assume our opponent gets Scape Shift, and I assume that we beat Scape Shift. That is the power of Scheming Symmetry. Hit our opponent, end step, Wilderness Reclamation. So we need to add red mana, untap, white mana. Oh, play Zakama. Untap our lands. Now we get to Iskanta. Take Scheming Symmetry. Well, that's good for next turn. I wish this worked better. Like, go in full control. I want to be able to add mana manual. All right, so I want to be able to pay for this myself. Kill a zombie. Okay, it did leave red floating. Float our mana. Untap. Okay. Zakama. Kill a zombie. Iskanta for Mastermind's Acquisition. All right. Go ahead, opponent. Go ahead. Scape Shift away, I say. Opponent can draw a couple cards with their Memorial. Sure. Yup. Undeps. Land. Zombie. Passes? Okay. Well, let's Scheming Symmetry. I have no idea what our opponent tutored for, but let's run it back. Do that again. The fun continues. Oh, they got a Dovin's Veto. Sure. Well, we untap. Mill the land. No transform. Stop on our end step. Mastermind's Acquisition. Sideboard. Finale of Glory. Land untapped. Attack. Yeah, I guess attack. Oh, do we just win right now? Do we not even get to Finale of Glory? This is gonna be a great Finale of Glory. Opponent to 2. Oh, we do get to do it. All right. Well, end of turn. Triggers. Float our mana. And this is gonna be a good one. We might make the most angels in Standard's history, thanks to Scheming Symmetry. Untap everything. White mana. Oh, this is going to be good. Come on, don't scoop. Don't scoop. Let us cast it. See how many angels we can make. Float our mana. Untap everything. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. X21. Watch them have another veto. Finale of Glory. X20. Oh, there they are! All right, opponent. I think we might out-Scape Shift ya. That is 21 4/4 flyers, 21 2/2 ground dorks, Zakama crosses, all thanks to Scheming Symmetry. All thanks to the Scheming Symmetry. Oh, well, that's what the deck can do when we're not getting Teferi'd out of the game. But that is what the deck can do. It has the ability to do that, which is pretty powerful, I would say. Can we change anything else? Maybe we can't Elder Spell. They don't seem to have that many Planeswalkers. Teferi is just so bad for us. Let's bring in the Duresses. More discard. Makes sense. Can we cut anything else? Run it like that. Run it like that. Ooh, that was a good one. That was a good one. When the deck goes off, it really goes off. Oh. All right, opponent. On to game 3. Don't Teferi us, please. Still not sure about Abriel Grazer. I've never really liked Abriel Grazer. But maybe I'm the weirdo, and I should like it. Alright, on to game 3 against some 5-color Scape Shift action. I assume. We haven't seen Scape Shift, but I assume that's what's happening. So, opponent's on the play. Okay. This is reasonable. This is actually pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this hand. We get to start with a ley line. We get to duress to get rid of a potential Teferi. And we're working towards a big Crosses at some point. So opponent, gonna crack Evolving Wilds. Thanks to Leyline, we get to draw a step this duress, just in case. Opponent gets a forest, draws. Well, we duress you. Oh! All lands. It's the all landscape shift hand. Okay. Well, zombies are going to be coming, but opponent's not doing anything for a minute, which gives us some time to draw into Wilderness Reclamations and Scheming Symmetries. Opponent passes. Another ley line isn't the greatest. Well, Drowned Catacombs, go. Opponent. Land. Passing. Well, Grow Spiral. Put an Overgrown Tomb into play. Untap. Wilderness Reclamation. Cast it. Untap. Oh, we missed the draw step stop. Little late with the draw step stop. Swamp for our opponent. I mean, this is the dream. This is what we... Oh, it's across this, but ours is going to be better. Leyline of Anticipation Part 2. Flash it in. Opponent draws a card. That's fine. Overgrow Tomb. Untapped. End step stops that. Pass the turn. Float our mana. And, I think our crosses is going to be slightly better than our opponents. I think just a smidge. Untap. Crosses. For 8. Draw 4, gain 4. Yes, please. There's Scheming Symmetry. Upkeep stops that for our Symmetry action. And, whoo, this is what the deck can do. This is what it can do. It can do some really sweet things when it gets going. Now we're just set. Scheming Symmetry, upkeep. We can get another crosses to do that again. We could. I mean, we have infinite options now. Opponent untap land. Golos? Maybe Golos. Ooh, shifty. All right, opponent's getting shifty. Passes. Well, Scheming Symmetry. See, I'm such a nice opponent. I'll even let you tutor about it. Yeah, let's just cross this part 2 for now. Is that correct? Yeah, let's just keep crying for the time being. Get across this, because that'll draw us more symmetries and so forth. So I think it's worth it. And we are going to leave up upkeep, or draw step duress. So opponent tutors. We draw. We go to our main phase. Field of Ruin. Stop on our end step. Yeah, I guess we attack. They can start blocking with Ceratops eventually, but opponent takes it. Down to 11. So end step, flow some mana. Untap. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so we'll go X8 again and also leave up duress. So crosses, X8, part 2. Draw some cards. Wow, 2 more crosses. All right, opponent, you get to draw what you tutored for. We will duress you. Yoink. Okay. Well, opponent got a Golos. All right. I mean, Golos is fine. I don't think this saves our opponent, though. We just have all the Craws in the world. Golos, sure. Wait, don't we just literally win here? Yeah. Zombieland. And I think we got him. Oh, in a Teferi matchup even. We got Teferi to game 1, but the comeback is on. Opponent hits us, sure. Passes. And I guess we're just respectful and attack and kill our opponent. And we got the GGs, and whoo, that's what Scheming Symmetry can do. That's what it can do when everything comes together. Oh, yes. That was a sweet one. Whoo. Zakamas and crosses and ley lines of anticipation and fun for everyone, or at least for us. All right, sweet. So what do we learn this week about 5-color scheming Sultai in the standard format? And overall, we went 2 and 3 in terms of matches, which, I mean, not an insane win percentage, obviously. We kind of got run over by aggro in a few matches, which, what are you going to do? We are a slow deck. We are dedicating a lot of slots to combo pieces, so getting run over by, like, Mono Rad or Feather, that's going to happen. On the other hand, we took down Esper with Teferi, which is one of the most annoying cards for our deck to beat. Not 5-mana Teferi, like that's always annoying, but 3-mana Teferi shuts down our Leyline of Anticipation plan. So being able to take down Esper was super impressive, and then we just went off against Scapeshift with our tutors and our sideboard stuff, and even in some of our worst matchups, like against the Feather deck, even in that one, we had a game where we were able to like stick a Zakaba and wrath the board and win it. So the deck is really fun and flashy and cool. Aggro is a concern. We do get run over sometimes, but I'm really happy with how the deck turned out. When I was going into building around Scheming Symmetry, There was a couple of possibilities. One of them was to play a Bolas' Citadel deck. The problem with that, and I think the Bolas' Citadel deck is probably more competitive. The problem is it's just not very against the odds or boring. Like, yes, you play Scheming Symmetry. Yes, you play Bolas' Citadel. But the core of the deck is just like Jade Light Ranger, Wild Growth Walker, cards that we've been seeing in Standard and dominating Standard for like 2 years. So while I think that's the most competitive way to play Scheming Symmetry, you just like play Bolas' Citadel, use Scheming Symmetry to stack the top of your deck, play those cards with the Citadel. I think that's the most competitive way. I think this is by far the most fun way, and the deck can do some crazy things. So if you don't mind getting run over by aggro once in a while, 5-color Scheming Sultai, oh man, when it goes off, it really goes off. Beating Teferi was impressive, and Scheming Symmetry was pretty sweet in the deck. Being able to find our combo pieces, being able to find like Mastermind's Acquisition, to find sideboard finishers, it just does some really cool things, and once the deck gets going, it really goes, and it just goes over the top of basically whatever our opponent's going to do. Like, once we get rolling, we're going to roll over anything in our path. So anyway, that's been 5-color Scheming Sultai for Standard, and that's been our Against the Odds deck for this week. So thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.